you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. I am so glad that you're here today. And what a blessed day it is. We are just so grateful, or I'm just so grateful every day for this amazing world that we live in and this amazing community. I'm so thankful for you. Every day I get to come on here twice a week on Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie, at 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time or Standard Time. Have I told you that? And just bless you with amazing guests. And today I've got an amazing guest. Professor Pete is with me today, good friend, and just so thankful that he is here today. And so you will be blessed. You will truly be blessed by him today. But I want to give you some information here first. This would not be possible without our amazing sponsors. And, today we have a couple that have been with me for a long time, and I'm just so thankful for them today. First off, I just want to show you here. There they are, Margin Coffee, the Alzheimer's Association. Mark Flowers is underwriting that today, my good friend, and Bob with Capital Mortgage Source. And, I want to start off by telling you that Margin Coffee is an amazing coffee shop here in Albany, Oregon. Amazing. If you have not been there, you need to go to Margin Coffee today and to give to the Alzheimer's Association, which would help them so much find a cure for Alzheimer's. As you know, my mama passed away from that. You can go to alz.org today, and also Capital Mortgage Source. You need to go to capitalmortgagesource.com for them today, and they can give you information that you need. Even though they're based out of Corvallis, Oregon here, you can call them from anywhere. Capital Mortgage Source, and Bob is such a good friend. And just want to just thank all of them today for their sponsorships, because without them, this would not be possible. Their information and their websites and everything will be in the comments, and it'll also be in the show notes. And today you want to tune in to those show notes, because they're going to have information on how to get a hold of Pete, how to get a hold of me, and for all the information you need. And in the comments today, pay attention. There'll be a lot of good stuff for you there as well. And so anyway, okay, so I want to tell you today, what is this show all about? What is Marketing with Russ all about? Well, it's about how amazing people connect. All about connection. I'm a firm believer that connection and community building is the foundation for any good marketing plan, any good business. And I tell you today that, if you connect to others, not only is it going to make you better, it's going to make them better for knowing you, for the kindness and the love that you can show to other people. And so today, though, you're going to get so much value from Pete. I'm excited about that. I love for you to connect with me, and you go to russhedge.com for that, russhedge.com to connect with me today. And I would appreciate if you would do that so much. In fact, you can download my free PDF, How to Transform Your Business in 3 Simple Steps. It's totally free. It will also give you encouragement each morning. I'll send you a little encouragement, short little notes. Just do that every day, because, I am the inspiration specialist, and I'm here to inspire and encourage you to live a purpose-driven life of significance, to be a world changer, to be a difference maker. That's what I want to do, and I do that through those mediums. Also, would love it if you would please subscribe on YouTube. You can go to marketingwithruss.live. We make it simple, marketingwithruss.live, to subscribe today, and you can get all the past content. Amazing. Over 350 episodes of amazing content. In fact, I forget which episode we're on. We're going to have to go back up here and take a look at that because I forget we just have done so many. There we are. Look at that, episode 375 today, 375 episodes. And so today, when you tune into that, you don't need to binge Netflix anymore. You can just binge Marketing with Russ. There you go. So also, if you could share this out, that would be so amazing. Share, tag your friends right now. Hit that share button, share it out, tag your friends. Say, hey, come on in and enjoy, because you don't want to miss Pete and you don't want to miss the wisdom that's going on today. So also, every week, I give you a marketing tip of the week. And you know what? Today, your marketing tip is on social media. And I'm going to tell you your marketing tip of the day. So here we go. Here is your marketing tip of the day. Get online and take advantage of social media. It's free to you, and it will have an amazing impact on your life and your business if you do it the right way. So a lot of people are not big fans of social media, but if you get on with a positive attitude, a positive mindset, and you utilize it to connect to people, amazing things will happen. So get online, take advantage of social media, get your visibility up, get your business out there. If you want to connect to people that are going to help you and help your business, work on your visibility. And a great way to do that is through social media. Ignore the negative part, focus on the positive part. Get online and get your visibility moving in the right way by taking advantage of social media. And that is your marketing tip of the day. You know, a lot of times these things sound simple, but people don't do it. They tell me, yeah, I understand. They don't want to do it, but you got to be consistent with these things too. With social media or anything you do, you got to be consistent. So, all right, with that, I think that's about it. We got comments going like crazy. We're going to get Pete in the room. Let's do this. Good morning, Pete.
Good morning, Russ. Thank you so much for having me on your great show and episode 375. I love that number.
That is amazing. I'm telling you, it's got a 7 in there, and 7 is my favorite number because it's God's perfect number. And so that it's got to be good. We got to be going in the right direction here, right?
Absolutely. And I love your marketing tip. You know, connecting the right way on social media can be so powerful because, you know, there's always going to be people who think, oh, all I need to do is connect with people to sell them immediately. And I'm sure you've gotten many of those messages on LinkedIn and other social media platforms. And that's not the right way. I mean, it's just, you know, how, you know, I mentioned to people, you know, what is it that makes you think that connecting with somebody online and then immediately pitching them without any rapport being built, how is that going to work? I mean, if you were in person doing that, right, you know, let's say face to face, and you just shake somebody's hand and say, oh, okay, I want to sell you this, it's just not going to work. So,
well, it's kind of like asking for, you walk up, you meet a young lady when you're young, and you ask her to marry you, and she doesn't know you. She knows nothing about you, and she's going to look at you, probably slap you in the face and walk away. That is what you're going to get. People don't understand that. I mean, you cannot, when someone says, let's connect, they're not saying, please pitch me. When someone says, I want to get to know you, they're not saying, I want you to sell me something right now. How do you know that they know what you need? How do you know that they are the right kind of person for you to work with? You don't, without getting to know them. And so that is where it's so important, that know, like, and trust factor. You got to get to know them, and you got to get that like both ways, and then that trust both ways. That's how things happen, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, so nowadays, when I get one of those pitches immediately and stuff, I don't even connect with the person. Right. And the reason being is because there's no trust, and all they want to do is sell you. And that is not a collaborative situation. That is all whatever they want. And, you know, it's just, it's too bad that people don't understand that. But, that's how you can differentiate yourself as well. And it's interesting because I'm sure you've been pitched by people who are using AI with in their messages. And what's interesting about that is, when you pitch with AI, a human is going to be able to figure it out fairly quickly, because once it takes one or two interactions, there's going to be something really strange that isn't a natural conversation. As
Right.
much as you try and massage the potential answers that an AI would give you. And I make the trouble to personally respond and customize each message when I'm talking with people who reach out to connect with me. And that it takes time, but I make a better connection that way.
Yeah. Well, I think you need that personal touch. And let me tell you, I'm not a person that says that AI doesn't have its place, because there's a lot of things you can actually in your business help you with utilizing that, but you cannot lose the personal touch of connection.
Absolutely.
You have to be the one talking to people. You have to be the one. And even if you have a greeting, let's say you have an initial greeting from AI, you've got to make it really personal, and then you have to jump in.
Yes.
Because if someone wants to connect with you, you have to jump in and you have to talk to them, because what'll happen is, you're right, everybody recognizes when, it's a generic message that is just, over and over and over, and it's not really somebody they're talking to. So I agree 100%. Hey, before I get too far ahead of myself, Pete, I need you to let everybody know, for those people that don't know you, which probably is not a lot, who is Professor Pete and what are you up to?
Well, I'm grateful to have several things that keep me busy. I'm the president of what I call the greatest interior landscaping company in the San Francisco Bay Area, which is Office Plants by Everything Grows. I manage it remotely. I've got a fantastic team there that I'm very, very supportive of. I'm also a marketing professor with Antioch University. I get to inspire my students to create outstanding marketing plans on topics specifically of their interest, because when you have to do a marketing plan on something you don't care about, you're going to have a harder time being successful with that. So I have them select whatever idea, product, their company they're working for, or maybe a company they want to start. That's a lot of fun. And last but not least, I get to bring laughter to my community. I'm a certified laughter yoga teacher, as well as a traveling improv comedy performer. So I love to help people stress less and laugh more. And I also, I've also written a book on stress relief, because guess what? I ended up burning myself out because I didn't listen to my body about what stress was doing to it. So a lot of different things.
Well, that is a lot of different things. And, I mean, what I love, first off, that you mentioned right there, I love laughter, yoga, and, you know, kindness is cool and smiles are free, my friend Russ
Mhm.
John says.
Absolutely.
And, we're all praying for Russ for a speedy recovery.
Mhm, mhm.
But, you know, the thing is, there's so many good things you can do that cost you nothing. And I love what Roy said here a while back. I just got to say this real quick, because we were talking about this before. And he was saying, let me find it here. We are living in the wild, wild west of the internet. Take advantage while it's
Yep,
free.
yep.
Take advantage in the right way, though, everybody. And that's what he
Mhm,
means. Take
mhm.
advantage by encouraging and being positive. And there's so much good stuff you can do. And Professor Pete here talks about marketing with his students. And you know what? He's a person that's talking about marketing the right way. There's a right way and there's a wrong
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
And we touched on one of the wrong ways. And the right way is to really hang in there. And I've had some really great people hang in there with me. And in the long run, I end up using them a lot of the time, because
Mhm.
they hang in there as far as developing a friendship, getting to know me, and aren't number one. They don't give up when I say no. I mean, as far as being friends,
Mhm.
as far as it's okay to give up pitching me every 5 seconds. But when when you're hanging in there as a friend or a connection, that's what really makes the difference. Because then people know that you care. And remember what John Maxwell says: people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Right.
You can spit knowledge at them all day long, but if they don't think you care, they're just like going yada 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 yada, right? And
Yeah.
so, yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead, Pete.
And I was just going to say about, with the kindness. I mean, it's one of the things that I try and do every day is a random act of kindness. And the easiest way that I've found to do that is, at the beginning of your workday, let's say, or every day, if you can find 1 minute where all you have to do is either text or email somebody, let's say somebody that works for you or a coworker, etc., and thank them for something that they did. That,
Right.
or a text to someone, a friend that you haven't heard from, or and just saying, hey, I was thinking about you. That random act of kindness that takes a minute or less to do can have a huge benefit, not only on the recipient, but also to yourself,
So,
because when they respond, chances are you're going to get a positive response back. But the key, absolute key there, Russ, is not to expect a response. Because when we set up that expectation, oh, I sent a nice little message, why isn't the person responding to me? Well, then that takes us down a rabbit hole that's not going to do any good. What we
yep.
do is just send it because you want to send it. And then if you get the response back, which, and chances are most messages will get a response back, think of it as like the cherry on top of the ice cream sundae, and you're going to get this jolt of positivity that
Right.
really can reduce your stress as well.
Yeah, well, I love that. So it's unconditional, right? We talk
Correct.
about unconditional love when you are doing things, and I can tell you the number one thing I every morning. So my goal every morning is to send out at least 7 positive encouragement notes to people, text messages, emails,
Mm-hmm,
calls, whatever
mm-hmm.
I can do. And the thing is when you do that, when you encourage somebody else, you encourage yourself. It makes me feel good
Yeah.
to tell somebody else positive things. It makes me think positively. It gets me in that positive vein because not only are we talking and encouraging and inspiring others, we're doing that to ourselves. We
Yes.
need to do that to ourselves each day because it starts with us. And people get this mixed up. It's not all about you because you don't care about people, but it starts with you because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of other people. If you don't
Absolutely.
encourage yourself, you can't encourage other people. Just like the airplane example that we all use, right? That the oxygen mask drop down. If there's a problem on the plane, you got to put yours on first,
Right.
even though you want to help other people, because if you don't, you will pass out and never help anybody. So that's just something people need to think about. And then having that unconditional heart, just put it out there and people don't message back. People will message back, say, oh, I'm so sorry. I've missed your last few messages. No, it's fine. I don't expect anything back. I just want to
Mhm.
encourage you, and I think that is so great, Pete.
There's two things that came to my mind on what you said there, Russ. One is, I have to mention this because I love this. This is I was on a Southwest flight. Oh, this must have been like 15 years ago. And the flight attendant, or lead flight attendant, she gets on, and in talking about the safety protocol that we all have to listen to before the flight. And she gets to the point where, when in the event of loss of cabin pressure, she says, the masks will fall. Place the mask on yourself before placing it on a child. And then she says, or someone acting like a child. But then this is the best part. She says, and this is for parents out there that have more than one kid, you'll love this. She says, if you're traveling with more than one child, put the mask on the child with the most potential first.
I
So
hope those didn't drop down during your flight and you had to choose, right?
exactly, and it's funny because I mentioned this to both my daughter and son after I got home, and my daughter is a type AAA, just high performer, and she didn't laugh. She just said, "So you're going to be putting the mask on me first, right?" So it's great. The other thing that brought up to my mind is, when it's all about energy. I'm a big believer in the universe providing us with whatever we want, but we have to send out the right messages to the
Right.
universe. And when we attract like energy. So when we send out the positive energy, we will be attracting back the positive energy, but it works
Right.
both ways. When we send out something negative, we're going to attract back negative. And one of the easiest ways to kind of connect with that most of us can at least relate to. Let's say you're running late for an appointment, and you start stressing about being late. What usually happens? More red lights. So, or traffic, or whatever it happens to be. And the reason is because we're sending out that negative energy that we're running late, and the universe doesn't know positive from negative. It only knows, oh, you want to run late? Okay. So it's going to make more things make you late. So just remember that if you can get into the habit of it as much as possible, trying to, send out that positive energy, that will attract back positive energy to you. And with laughter yoga, it's the same way, because the amazing thing about laughter yoga, which I can sum it up in basically one simple rule. Basically, as smart as our bodies are, they don't know the difference between a real and a simulated laugh. Only knows that you're laughing. And when we do a hearty laugh, we all have had a hearty laugh, and how good that feels.
Right.
When we do a hearty laugh, even if it's simulated, our bodies drop in the positive endorphins that give us that health benefits and the feel good endorphins. And
Right.
so, it was, so one thing that I've always touted, and I've done this myself, sitting in traffic and you're running late, it's like, okay, just laugh. And stuff. And, somebody, in another car might look at you and think, why are they laughing at? Well, they don't know if you're talking on the phone, listening to
Right.
something on the radio, whatever it happens to be. But try it and see how much better you'll feel versus letting that stress churn inside of you.
Yeah, I think that is so good because God has blessed me with a positive attitude.
Mhm.
So I am usually going through life positively. But one thing you said that is really true, and that is it's not just what you're getting back, but when you think positively and you're not stressing about things, you're not focused on those negative things because you get more
Mhm.
just because you're thinking, even if it's the same amount that's out there, you see so much more of the negative and the traffic and the
Mhm.
problems.
Mhm.
Also, one thing to remember, a lot of times the reason we're having struggles is because of something we did. Like I'm stuck in traffic, but I didn't give myself enough time to
Yep.
take a deep breath and be able to
Yep.
go there at a normal pace because
Yep.
I pushed it too much. So just what you focus on, you do get back. And God blesses those people with amazing positive things because they're right out there in front of you. You just have to focus on them. You're so right, Pete. They're just out there for the taking, but it's all where you're putting your energy. And we only have so much energy, by the way, everybody.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you need to utilize your energy for good things. Like I choose not to watch the news. I choose not to
Mhm.
focus on negative input in my body because I know that's going to drag me down. I
Mhm.
choose to focus on positive things and kindness things and encouraging other people, whatever. Those are my choices because it helps me help more people. And I think that, Pete, is what you're all about. And I think you're such a blessing. I mean, you got to be the greatest professor to these kids. They got to go, I love this class.
Yeah, I get great reviews, and I'm grateful for that. But it's interesting when inevitably I'll get a student or two that he clearly is stressed out because, most of them are working adults. And
Right.
so they don't know how they're going to be able to juggle everything. And I'll just give them an idea here or there. The other thing that I always reinforce for them is that I'm there to help them be successful. And I
Right.
just let them know that the only thing that I need from them other than doing their work is to communicate with me. So if something comes up, things happen in life.
Right.
So if something comes up and you can't get, let's say, a weekly assignment in on time, just ping me, send me an email and say, hey, something came up. I'm so sorry. I'm going to get it into you, in a day or two later or something like that. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Let me know. But, I also have students that, they don't communicate, and then I have to chase them. And it's like, I'm there to help them, but I'm having to chase them down to get find out what's going on. It's a two-way street. And that's what we should think about in all relationships. Ultimately, we want to have a two-way positive relationship with everyone. And,
Right.
there's going to be times where it's more slanted to one side, either towards us or towards them. But over time, it should be fairly even. And that's what makes a real good, positive relationship. And we should strive for that with each friendship we have, each family member that we're blessed with. So and anyone that we have as a relationship that we want to cultivate.
Yep.
That's the goal that we should have, is not to immediately think, what can I get out of it?
Right.
It's amazing, because when, from a marketing perspective, and I'm sure you know this, Russ, my favorite, when we're talking about communicating with a potential customer, prospect, etc., my favorite acronym is WIFM. What's in it for me? Not me, but what's in it for the prospect? Because the prospect doesn't care about our company necessarily, because if they haven't built a relationship, haven't got any trust with it, they don't care. They want to know, what is this brand, what is this product, what is this service going to be able to do to help me accomplish something? And
Right.
so if we can write our communication with the customer in mind, from their perspective, why they
Right.
should care, that's going to be far more better than simply firing off, the classic fab: features, advantages, and benefits. Boom, boom, boom. Kind of like us getting pitched immediately on
Right.
social media. Don't care. I mean, and so when somebody connects with me and says, I've got this, I mean, and it's all different things, whether it's crypto, whether it's VA, whether it's lead generation, you name it, to just pound, pound, pound and say, I want to get on your calendar. Well, guess what? You're a busy person, Russ. I'm a busy person. If you haven't built any rapport, why would someone who has a full calendar squeeze you in when you haven't built any rapport or trust?
Right. Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. That I could not agree more with that. And the thing is, that care issue, right? So if you, for example, if you want to get people to watch your live stream and to watch the stuff you're doing, watch theirs, encourage them,
Mhm.
engage with them.
Yes.
So giving to other people, what can you do for them to add value? The other thing I love is it all starts with a good attitude. I got to go back to this laughter therapy, because the two laughter therapists that I know well are you and my good friend Pete Can, the laughter man. So you're both named Pete, number one. So it must be a laughter therapy thing. He's from England, but when he first taught me a couple laughter therapy things, what I did is, I go into a keynote and I'm going in to talk to people. The first thing I'm thinking is, what can I give them to lighten the mood, to get them engaged, to
Mhm.
make them feel better?
Mhm.
I do a little laughter therapy exercise up front. I get everybody laughing. And you know
Mhm.
what? Even if you feel dorky and you feel like you're stupid and you're laughing at yourself, it gets you laughing. And you were right what you said earlier. Your body does not know the difference. It makes you feel so good. And then you can take that into the process of caring for others, of what can you do for others, of reaching out in your marketing process. Because when you bless and help others, they will get to know, like, and care about you. That whole thing is such a simple process if you let it happen. But getting to know somebody and pitching them immediately, unless they ask you for information, then it's totally different. If you go into a relationship and they want to know all about you and they want to know about your business, go for it. I mean, if that's
Mhm.
what they're asking about, great. But you coming in and just pitching everybody, back to the first thing that Pete and I spoke about, not a good way to connect and build community, not a
Mhm.
good way to market. It's a good way to get people to stop paying attention to you. It's a good way to get people to look the other direction instead of at you. And if you want your visibility to rise, give engagement and positive attention to other people, and that's going to make a huge difference. So Pete, you and I could talk forever, man. I love this, but our time is winding up already. So what I need for you to do, give us your final thoughts and your gold nugget of the day, and then tell everybody, how do they get in touch with Professor Pete?
Sure. So, and I got to give a compliment to Inger, where she just said the pitch slapping. That's a classic term, and it's true.
Love that.
Don't do that. What I would do is suggest for everyone, not just those in marketing, but those who are very, very focused on their careers to the point where you're working so many hours, work. The key is, don't trade your health for your career, because that's a really bad trade. And why I say that is, think about, we've all had either a really bad cold, flu, something that just knocked us down. And if you think back to one of those times or the last time that you were really sick, chances are you probably did not feel like doing anything other than lying in bed. And if all we do is have no energy, and all we can do is lie in bed, we're no good to our businesses, our job, our coworkers, our family, our friends, you name it, because we're just lying in bed. So don't take your health for granted. Make sure that you take care of that. And as we talked about earlier, focus on putting the mask on yourself first before putting the mask on someone else. That's my golden nugget that I want to share with everybody. Don't trade your health for your career. And similar to how you have your website with your name, Russ, mine is at petealexander.com. So please go there, connect with me. I've got all my social media connections and a link to my book as well. So, you know, it's all about our connecting with each other. So I'm more than happy to connect with you, other than if you start pitching me right away without anything else.
Yes. Well, I love this golden nugget. Don't trade your health, because, you know, people, they get into a situation, and a lot of the things we allow to happen to us, listen to me, everybody. It's what Pete's talking about. You allow it to happen. You allow people to shape your circumstances. You are not defined by the circumstances and the people around you. You're defined by your choices and what direction you're heading, actually. And so it's so important. You know, every morning, Pete, I wake up, I thank God for all the blessings in life, for my beautiful wife and for my family. I always give myself a pep talk, tell myself I've got the ability to move forward and do this. And number 3, say today's going to be awesome. I am ready for the day. And you know what? You know, a lot of people laugh at me because I'm a 4 a.m. guy, and they're like, there's no way I'm saying today's going to be awesome at 4 a.m. But you know, what I'm doing is, just like you said, I am shaping my mind and shaping my day by choice and moving forward. And I'm the live the life you choose guy. So, you know, you get to live the life you choose. Life happens, and then you choose what to do. And so don't let circumstances and things around you just wipe you out. This past year, the things that I've gone through, some people that completely wipes them out and it takes them out. And I tell you, I chose not to let that change who I am. I chose not to let that make a different Russ out of me because of negative things happening, because we all have that. We all have negative things. We all have circumstances beyond our control that, you know, we don't get to choose, but we get to choose where we go from there, where we take them. And so keep a positive mindset. Choose your health over your career or anything, like Pete said. And please get in touch with Pete today, because you're going to want to know more about him, and his information appeared right below him, and it is again. You can go there to petealexander.com, and it was a professorpetealexander.com.
Nope, petealexander.com.
Okay, I want to make sure we had it right. Make sure we had it down right. Send people to the right place. But Pete, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, and we're definitely going to do this again. So have a blessed and amazing day. I'm going to send you off as I wrap things up, but hang tight in the green room. I'll be right there.
Wonderful. Thank you, Russ. I really appreciate being on your show, and everybody who connected today. Thank you so much for your time as well. Happy New Year.
All right. We'll see you in a minute. Thanks, Pete. Hey, everybody. There it is. All that information for Pete is in the comments, in the show notes. And I want to tell you today, you get to choose how you live. You get to move the direction you want to live. And just like my marketing tip right off the top on utilizing online social media for visibility and for your business, you get to choose how you approach those things, anything you do in your life. But number one, you get to choose how you connect and how you deal with your community and other people. Remember, you are the sum or the average of the 5 people closest to you, says Jim Rohn. And that is so true. The people you get around you, the environment you get in is going to affect you, whether you like it or not. So you get to choose which environment you put yourself in. And if right now you're struggling and you're in a negative environment, you need to move out of that. You got to get yourself in a good environment so that it's easier for you to do those things. So with that, I just want to thank you for being here today. I want to thank all of our amazing people watching out there. And those that don't forget, you can still share this out. It'll sit there on the platforms on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube forever. You can watch it on replay. Please subscribe to our YouTube page. Go to marketingwithruss.live, marketingwithruss.live, and please connect with me at russhedge.com. Super simple. And last but not least, just want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors one more time. So thankful for them. You know, this has been an amazing show. Margit Coffee, Alzheimer's Association, underwritten by Mark Flowers, and Bob and Capital Mortgage Source. Just want to say thank you to them. All of you, thank you for being here. Looking forward to a great 2024, but do not look past the last few days you have. Enjoy them. Be blessed by them. And we will see you in the new year. Have a good one, everybody. All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.